Hey you guys, welcome back to Angel Angela, and on this topic, as you guys can see, I'm making a quick video on the narcissist revelations, or the narcissist will reveal themselves, right? So this was on my mind because at some point in your healing, there's going to be people that were on your side who helped you heal because they might have had a connection to some narcissist that you are trauma bonded with, or you might connect with certain people who claim to be empaths, but there's always those red flags, and there's always things that that you will doubt when it comes to these people being empaths. There's going to be certain behaviors, certain jealousy that they display even to you, right? That'll make you feel like, you know what? I'm starting to see people, even the people closest to me, in a very different way. Then they'll start dropping their masks and they start revealing themselves to you. And the more they reveal themselves to you, you're asking why, how. You're asking all the wrong questions. You're asking questions, basically. You're just asking questions to them, to the people closest to them. You're trying to come up with a solution to something that seems like impossible. It's like there's no... It's like they don't even really want to, but they're giving you the impression that they do, or they're trying to... they act one way in front of you, but behind your back they act a different way, or they talk about you in a different light. So you start to these things become revelations to you as an empath, that the narcissist isn't who they say that they are. The narcissist starts to also realize that they can't mold you, and once you start opening up your eyes to who they are, you're gonna eventually figure out more and more and more. Like, everything is gonna keep coming to light. It might take months, it might even take years, but they know that once something collapses, it's only a matter of time until everything collapses as a whole, right? So this is why when someone is going against the narcissist family, or whatever the case is, the narcissist is so ashamed or so angry, and they feel like they have to almost kill you, because they feel like you've opened up the energy of revelations, meaning that because you've started something, it's going to have to finish with everything being revealed to everyone, right? And based on that, it's going to reveal what type of person that person is going to be. And you'll know that what will happen is that eventually a lot of people realize that what the narcissist did was wrong, but they will still stick by the narcissist side. So this could be your own siblings, this could be your family, this could be friendships, jobs. They'll know that the abuse is happening. It'll come to the point where, as an empath, you know that it's a lose-lose, because you could stay quiet, you're not gonna win. You can speak up for yourself, you're not gonna win, because these people are gathering together as a unit to destroy you. That's the only thing they have in common, is you. And a lot of times it's that person that you reflect back onto them, who they truly are, that, you know, you're seeing under the mask, and they see that you can see. So now they're upset. They're like, you know, why don't you just put on the mask like everyone else? Why are you revealing to me who I am? Don't you know that everyone else around me is wearing a mask as well? You know what I'm saying? So now you'll start seeing other people, and you'll see that other people are playing different positions. You know, good cop, bad cop. Everyone's playing a role. And when you want to talk about the truth somehow doesn't matter. But if there's a way that they can victimize themselves, they'll use that tactic to keep everyone in a state of mind where they're being, deceitful to everyone about the truth of what really happened. But as soon as they speak their truth, you have information that can back up that what either what they're saying is a lie, or to prove that they were the cause of everything from the start. The devil was once an angel, and you thought that they were an angel, and you realized that they were a liar from the start. So it didn't even matter what they've done to you, because when you start looking at their history, as they hide a lot of this stuff. They hide their past lives. They're so good at it because they know everything reveals itself, but they're always on the move. They're always working on how to cover themselves, how to destroy, how to finish people off before they have the opportunity to say something, or to undermine you and make everyone believe that you're this crazy person. They have a way of basically making sure that everything that you say seems like it's a total lie. It's you're someone with no morals. They'll try to make it seem like you're just this despicable person. And the thing about the lie is that people will run with the lie. They'll believe the lie, but eventually, when the empath don't want nothing to do with these people, what the narcissist doesn't understand, well, they understand, but they think that they can control everyone and how people think. Eventually people don't want to be controlled by anybody, right? People have to find peace within themselves. The narcissist knows that. So they have to keep everyone entertained with you. And when you no longer pay attention to these people, they're not going to stop. That's part of narcissism, is that it's like that annoying little kid, or like that annoying person, like a child that just won't stop. Where are we? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Like, it just don't stop. Like, you'll think, oh, it's been months or years. If they feel like they can still get something out of it, or they can antagonize you in any kind of way, or they might even get together with people that are people close to you, brainwash them to go against you, because they'll use something from the past, or they'll use something that happened to someone connected to you, or someone or even your own parents. They'll use people to get in people's minds, their trauma, how they would be a different type of person or a different type of parent. They'll say something to brainwash people to come back and mess with you, and you'll try to reveal to these people who the narcissists are, but they won't believe you. So you'll have an army of people that it's been revealed who the narcissist really is. So if this person is someone who's controlling the whole family, eventually this person's children will understand that their parent isn't a good person. This person's children will also understand that their parent is cunning, they're a thief, they don't take accountability, they're a liar, they make up stuff. Eventually, everything they thought about their parent, that they always kind of felt like, you know what, I did think my parent was a little racist or a little something. Eventually, they're going to realize that this is who their parent is. They can't change them. And they're going to take on those same characteristics themselves. So they're going to that energy is going to be transferred to them. So they're going to go through a state of mind of revelations. So you'll see that a lot of these people will stick into the little cult that they're in. But you'll also see that there'll be that one kid that will be like, I don't mess with my family, or they might come around their family, but they don't really mess with their family like that. So you got some people that's holding on to their family, friends. They're still coming around these narcissistic people, but they're not being involved in anything. They're basically watchers. They're just sitting there watching all the demise happening, and they basically feel like they're not doing anything wrong because they're not being involved in the situation. So those are the same. If that person does not get involved in the situation, meaning that they don't get into an altercation, or they have to make a sacrifice. They're gonna have to make like a vow. They're gonna have to do something. That's why you're gonna get certain narcissists that will attack you just because they're defending the narcissist, right? If the narcissist moves on to the new supply, in order for her to once she understands that the narcissist is who they are, they're a narcissist, they're a bad person, the narcissist is gonna want to make that new supply take an oath to try to make you mad or jealous or do something to you, and she's gonna have to prove herself. So if these people don't prove themselves to the narcissist that, hey, I'm really on your side, I don't care if this person dies, I don't care if this person is depressed, and I'm coming out of nowhere, not understanding that there's two sides to the story, but I'm still picking the narcissist side. These are going to be the revelations of these people being mindful. They know what they're doing is wrong. And when it's their turn to suffer, they're going to play the victim, but their conscience is going to reveal to them what they've done to other people. So just as that same way with the empath, where you have a lot of epiphanies where you'll think about a friend, or you think about someone who you confide in, and you said, you know what, a lot of people have done me dirt, but this friend, they've never done anything to me. I remember they actually helped me from this bad situation. And so things like that will reveal themselves to you, and you will look at it with a different light, meaning that you'll tell yourself, you know what, I always had this loyalty to this friend that stuck up for me when all this stuff was happening to me and I was being attacked. But now that I actually think about it, this friend was probably the one who set me up, because why would they know we were going to be there? Why did certain people that I never met were involved? Why did they have so much hate? And why is it that the only thing that I have connection to these people that wanted to harm me is this friend? That's the only connection I have. And the way they were so quick to want to sacrifice me, and they didn't know me, they were just envious or jealous, or they just felt like what I had I didn't deserve. So you get revelations from the past all the time, from people that did you wrong. You look at a lot of the experiences that you had with the narcissist as just as much as they hated you for revealing parts of yourself that was forgiving, vulnerable, all those things that made you who you are, an empath. You realize that these were the things that the narcissist hated about you, because whatever they've been through in their life, those things were seen as weakness. You know what I'm saying? So to them, it's like, I've been punished early on when I didn't even deserve it, because I was supposed to just do what I was told, and no one really explained to me what I was doing was wrong, or how I was doing it was wrong. And at this point, it don't even matter, because what you expect me to feel for you, I don't feel. So when I see you go through certain emotions, it aggravates me, because I'm past that. I'm not going to cry over other people. I'm not going to do this, or I'm not going to do, I don't care about none of that. All the things that you've been through, they almost feel like I've already been through those things, or I've got a glimpse of those things. And even if they drown you and they make you go through worse things that they've yet have coming to them, because a lot of the things that they'll bring you down because they feel like they have those things yet to come to them. But when they sacrifice you, they feel like, oh, that was close, I got someone else giving me energy now, right? So they feel like they could put the mask on again, like they don't have to reveal themselves to anyone, and they can hide behind a mask because they feel like I still got enough time or energy, or I got someone else fooled, right? They feel like they don't have to live with their reality and who they are and what they've actually accomplished, or live with the wrong choices that they've created. Really reflect on those things and how they can work on those things to be a better version of themselves, instead of living through other people by being jealous of them like a thief, right? They're like the narcissist, they're like a thief. They're like someone who, who feels like, hey, you don't deserve that. That looks better on me. And because I feel like it looks better on me, but you got people buying you things that I can't afford. My parent can't afford this, so I'm gonna take this from you, right? That mentality, that survival mentality that a lot of even empaths go through, but eventually you realize, you're not a jealous person. You realize that materialistic things aren't everything. You realize that the things that you want don't have value. They don't have a price tag on it. So you're trying to understand how even sometimes you go through identical trauma with narcissists, yet you're completely two different types of people, right? So during the time of revelations, a lot of who you are is revealed through the narcissist experience that you had, why you connected with them, why you were drawn to them, what you learned from them. Because sometimes you also feel like what you learned being around these people was everything that you needed to learn in order to understand the people around you, because you couldn't even understand the people around. So you feel like you trusted the narcissist because they were giving you something that those people weren't giving you, and the narcissist preyed on that. So it's revealed to you that they gave you something that's inauthentic, something that's not real, and they gave you a fake version of that. And that's why you never felt that honesty from them. You always felt like something was wrong. Like it didn't matter how perfect the moment was, you always felt like something was wrong. And anytime you brought it up, it's like they knew you were right, but by them saying that you were wrong and you believing them and even blaming yourself and them gaslighting you, that allowed the narcissist understand that that even though they're revealing themselves, you still can't see. You're blind. You're walking blindly, right? Once you're no longer walking blindly and you have, you're like, oh, this person's bipolar, then you're like, oh, this person's a psychopath, this person's a narcissist, and you keep staying around and you keep seeing that it keeps getting worse. You keep seeing how mad it's making them that you're trying to even study them, because that's what they're basically looking at you as. They're like, you're trying to study to see if I'm really this wicked, and I don't like that shit. Because you're like waiting on the opportunity to say, I told you so, when in reality, you should just know what it is. But you don't want to be alone. That's how the narcissist views it, because they know what being alone feels like, and they know that you don't want to feel that feeling, and they know that they'll never feel like that again, because they've been doing this tactic for so long, keeping people, finessing people, befriending people. They come off really friendly to strangers, to their friends. Like you said, like we all say, narcissists treat strangers better than how they treat the people closest to them. You know what I'm saying? Other people get a different version of them, but I bet you their partner or their kids or their stepchildren, other people will say something completely different. And you won't be and the narcissist will get you to believe that you're the only one that feels like that about them, who sees them for who they are. They'll try to make it seem like, oh, you're the only one that feels like that about me. You're full of shit. It's you. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of people actually know what type of person the narcissist is. And that's why they're pissed off when you say certain things, because you're revealing to them what other people have also said about their evil behavior. And then, of course, they have those that understand the evil behavior, and they're going to stick it through with the narcissist because they feel like they got nothing to gain or lose, not knowing how wicked the narcissist really is, not knowing that they're even giving the narcissist fuel by just being around them. The narcissist doesn't have to want anything from you necessarily, but if you're protecting them by the image that they're giving to the world, by you protecting them, by giving them even a facade, or giving them even a background for a picture, is giving them fuel. So a lot of those people, they already know, and a lot of times they know because they're narcissists too. Because if they weren't narcissists, they would put themselves in the position of other people that are being hurt by the narcissist. But yet they will actually side with the narcissist because they also hate the weakness in those people that have been betrayed by the narcissist, because they saw those weaknesses within themselves, and that's what made them the Jezebel spirit or the narcissist. This is why they'll partner up a lot of times, even in the end, because they're both afraid. But it's not coming from love, it's coming from fear. So if you're thinking like, everything has been revealed, but that new supply is still with them, or everything has been revealed, but they got away. No, a lot of the people, all the truth tellers are not going to be around. The narcissist will blame you. They will blame other people. They'll say it was you. They'll falsify stories to put more hate into people, until those people hear it from the horse's mouth and realize like the narcissist made up a whole bunch of lies and blamed you for something, when that person doesn't talk to the narcissist for their own reasons and it ain't got nothing to do with you, but they'll make it seem like it has something to do with you. So you realize that in the narcissist revelations, because even you'll even gaslight yourself thinking maybe you did something, and you realize they're the ones who don't stop the abuse. They're the ones that don't have boundaries. They're the ones that are laughing at your downfall, laughing at things that happened to you that you had no control of. You'll see that they're immature. They might be older in age, but they're like children, like high school kids. So you'll see a lot of these things. You'll understand that a lot of things, you went through different stages, and you understand the stage that they're on, and they're on a stage where it's very low vibrational, and you don't really judge them. You almost feel bad for them, but you also don't feel bad enough to feel like you need to help them, because there's nothing to help. You know that there's nothing to help, because you'll see how they act at funerals. You'll see how they act when people die. You'll see how they want to get in people's business and act like, oh, we're here to help, when they really put that person in the casket and they talk so bad about that person the whole time. You'll see that death, nothing changes their behavior. Nothing changes them. You'll be around them, they'll get you to think like, oh, you didn't do nothing for me. I'm gonna order something to eat, you guys, but they'll make it seem like, I didn't need anything from you, I didn't gain anything from being with you. So in the time of revelations, you'll start to understand that things that you overlooked. So say they had children, you overlook certain things. The signs were there. They might have had children with different people. You might see that they didn't make an effort to be there for their children because they were too busy blaming the other person. You'll see that, this woman had multiple children with different people, and she don't learn her lesson, and she keeps playing the victim role, but then she's not making any changes to change or to better herself or to even focus on her own children. You start to see that the signs, certain things were there, and you used to, it upset you because they wanted to give you a facade that things are going to be different once you're gone, and you realize, no, that's who they always were, and everything was just always a lie with them. So during revelations, you start to see that they'll claim that being with you didn't mean nothing. They didn't gain nothing from being with you, but you realize that, no, they gained sex, they gained like having commitment that you should have never even, they didn't make a real commitment, so you should have never even been there in the first place. You realize a lot of things about yourself where you made a mistake. You know that certain things, you should have had more respect for yourself, and not allow someone to gaslight you, right? But you also understand, sometimes you have to learn things the hard way, or sometimes you also understand that cycle, right? So you understand that as an empath, you're someone that can keep learning in life. So you start to see that these narcissists, they stop learning, they stop growing, right? They only want to learn things about themselves to better manipulate other people, because these are the things that keep getting them caught up. So they're at the point where they're like, okay, I could write a whole book about the things that make me get caught up with people. So now in my next relationship, I'm gonna be more secretive. I'm not gonna bring my new partner around my family. I'm gonna tell them that family, none of that stuff means anything, right? I might bring them around here and there just to show my supply, that I'm not hiding them from anybody, but I'm also not taking them serious, and I'm also going to control them, because everyone is going to naturally hate you because they know that you're not sticking up for yourself, or you're letting me control everything. You're not having a voice for yourself, or they feel like you should have certain boundaries, or you should have certain things that you should be aware of, not wasting your time with someone that's not taking you serious. So they already know there's gonna be things that people are just not gonna like about you, even when it comes to them being friends or attached to the narcissist's past relationships, right? So then you start to understand during revelations why certain people didn't like you. You start to understand how you might have even been the new supply in certain people's eyes. You also start to understand that the old supply and the new supply, none of it really matters, because you're dealing with people that are narcissists who are miserable with their lives, and they act like, hey, they want to point out how everyone else is miserable, and they want to make everyone's lives more miserable than theirs so that they can feel better about themselves. And nothing is going to satisfy them until they feel like, they've gained something. So to them, it's attention, money. Those are things that the narcissist feels like, as long as I have supply, I feel that's going to fulfill my needs. So they're only thinking about their own needs. They're not thinking about stepping on others, what they've done, the people that have helped them, sacrificing themselves for the narcissist, thinking the narcissist was going to give them something back or take care of them, or the partnership was mutual. So the narcissist, they're not thinking about none of that. So during revelations, the empath understands that the narcissist gained a lot. You realize that sometimes they even switch lives with you, right? Destiny killers. They switch destinies with you. It seems like they're kind of like living your reality and you're living theirs, and you're aware of it, but you're still not behaving the way the narcissist would. So it kind of makes you have more insight of how this person lacks morals and boundaries and lacks empathy for people, and you realize that it doesn't matter what level they'll ever be in, because that's who they are as a person, and it's not going to change. You know, it's not going to change. It's not going to change just because they've went into your reality. If anything, the narcissist took notes. The narcissist took notes in your reality of everything you taught them, because they learned a lot from you. And they're going to try to use those things to be a better version of themselves, but they're going to realize that it's not as easy as it seems, because you had those things, these qualities that you have, that they learned from you. You had these things, and it didn't mean that because you had these things you could manipulate people, right? So the narcissist, just because you had these, the narcissist feels like because they're manipulative and they learn certain things from you, they feel like if anything they're better than you, they're smarter than you, because they're going to be able to use these tools to get far, right? It's like a popularity thing with them. But during revelations, they're going to see that it's not that easy. And during revelations, they're going to actually understand how much you did protect them, because they felt like being around you, protecting them from their past, protecting them from child support, protecting them from whatever they were running from. Because I'm telling you, they were running from something, from children. They were running from finances. They were running from their problems. That's why they stuck around and played with you, because anybody that's minding their business and loves their life, they're not going to go fucking with people. It's just what it is. Even if you're not where you want to be in life, and you don't fuck with people, that says a lot about you. That means that you know who you are, and that doesn't determine who you are. What you have doesn't determine who you are as a person. So that allows you to see how the narcissist sells people out. They'll sell themselves. They'll pimp themselves out, right? They're trying to get someone to buy them. So they're getting people to buy them with lies, but eventually people are going to realize that they bought something that wasn't worth really nothing. So the narcissist lives their relationships knowing that, hey, at some point you're going to feel like you're not gaining nothing from me. You're going to feel like I'm gaining more from you than you're gaining from me, because they're like a leech. So during revelations, the narcissist gets to really understand how people see them, how people view them, and how not everyone believes their lies, and how they have to be very careful about the stories they tell, because for a long time they were able to tell stories and manipulating people, but during revelations, a lot of people question. We live in times where people question everything they are told about people now. You know what I'm saying? Like, when people tell you stories, you might believe it while you're talking to them, but later on you're going to think about what was said to you, and the lie, whether it was a lie or the truth, is going to be revealed to you. Your spirit is going to know. So we're living in times of revelations where people are going to be how they behave is going to say, like, if they behave in a very like controlling way, or they demeaning way, or they want to kind of boss you around, or they feel like they're finally in a position where you can't say anything to them, or you're at work and they feel like, oh, I could disrespect you because you're working, you can't say nothing unless you want to be fired, right? When you start seeing that type of energy following you around, some of these people, a lot of times, it's not that they're doing evil things, but because it's revealed to them, it has been revealed to them that the people around them are evil, and they have to keep they have to keep going along with the rituals with the people that they're in, meaning they have to keep hearing the drama, the triangulation, all the false allegations. They have to be living in that energy. So a lot of those people will start to target you during revelations, is that even if they didn't necessarily do something, just because they're aware of the bad people they're around, they'll start projecting that onto other people. So during revelations, you'll start to see that people want to argue with you. People want to be hostile with you. And you'll see that the moment you greet them with love, or you're like, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, whatever it is, you'll see how quickly they'll calm down, because you know that it's not coming from you. You didn't do nothing to them. It's coming from energies around them. So during revelations, there's going to be people that will turn on you. There's going to be people that are confused. There's going to be people that are just going to go ghost because they don't know who to believe anymore, and they just don't care anymore. And then there's going to be a lot of people, like I said, who are going to be aware of these narcissists, and they're going to be okay with taking care of them. And you know what I'm saying? It's like when you become aware of the revelations of what kind of person this person is, God is going to force you to stop dealing with these people, meaning that they're going to present the narcissist a lot of chances to steal or do something to you. They're going to give them a lot of chances, or you might start getting bad luck, or the narcissist is getting bad luck and is projecting onto you, or being around them is like freak accidents. Stuff starts to happen, right? So during these moments, it has nothing to do with you as an empath. The narcissist is just going through revelations. Things are being revealed to them, but they're not linking these things to the bad deeds that they've done to others. They're not linking these things together. So anytime they're attacking you, they're going to attack you with a force, because they got a accumulation of bad karma coming to them. So because of that bad karma, the accumulation of so much bad energy, bad, dark mass, it has to project somewhere. So they're usually going to come to the people they feel are the weakest, or they start to see that you're not as weak as they thought. So now they start to gather an army of people, but now the army of people that they typically would try to get don't want to get involved, because at this point they know that the narcissist has even lied to them and had them going. So they'll keep being around the narcissist, but they won't be, not everyone will be willing to do certain things or be bossed around by the narcissist. But the ones that will, is because they haven't experienced the revelations of it all. Like they don't even know that the narcissist that they're doing these things for don't even give a shit about them either. They still have this, they think that they have this loyalty to these people, whether it's family, friends, or parents. They still feel like there's some type of loyalty, but they don't realize that the narcissists, they're not loyal to anyone, not even their own children. They don't give a damn. Like, they can have a lot of children and they might have a golden child, but in actuality, the narcissist never gave a shit about no one, because all the children could have been used as a tool for the grandfather who just wanted a family to stick around. You know what I'm saying? So, and during revelations, you start to see that certain stories that your grandparents used to repeat about their past, or people used to say certain things about their past, but they used to leave a lot of big parts out. So they would talk down on someone, but not reveal that the same parent that they said was abusive also left them an inheritance. So without them, they wouldn't even be where they're at. So they'll try to make it seem like they worked hard for what they had, while trying to put you down, because they already know they're thieves. So they'll try to put you down so that they don't feel like they have to do the right thing or anything like that, because they want to give you the illusion that they do the right things all the time, but the illusion is that they never have done the right things, and they kept a lot of things hidden, a lot of things were secretive, and a lot of things they never even told a damn soul, right? That narcissist parent, or that narcissist grandparent, or the narcissist you were in a relationship with, there are things that they have never told anybody. And when they run across people who are sharing their story, and it reminds them of something bad that they did, they start getting mad at that person who's sharing their story, because to them it's like, oh man, stop being weak, or I've been through worse. They'll say things, but it's really because they want to be a good friend. But if you remind them of something that they've done, they know, I got to be careful what I say to you, because you've been wronged by someone close to you, which is your sibling, your parent, someone you're in a relationship with. And I don't want you to know that I've done the same things to my family and my siblings. So they'll start telling you fake stories or things to identify with you. But you'll see that when you're with narcissists, something always feels off. When they tell stories or they tell you things that were done, there's always something like where it feels like something missing out of this. So if you tell them, what did you try doing this? Did you try doing that? You know, you try to come up with like, what are the things that you tried? Because as an empath, when we care about people, we try everything. With them, it's kind of like, why do you keep asking me what the fuck did I try? This is what happened, and that's just what happened. What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell something off, because as an empath, like, you go through many stages, even blaming yourself. So the fact that they can't even get into details, it shows you that they are actually the perpetrator, and they're trying to talk just like you. They're trying to make it seem like they understand narcissism because they dealt with the Jezebel spirit, or they dealt with someone who's just like them. But because they're not an empath and they're not you, they can't reveal certain things to you in a way that you need to hear as an empath, because you're not knowing that they're a narcissist. So during revelations, what narcissists will do is that they'll just start revealing who they are. Like, okay, you think I'm a narcissist? I'm a narcissist. If they've been diagnosed with narcissism, cool, I'm a narcissist. You think I'm a Jezebel? I'm a bitch. Whatever you want to call me, I'm that. I'm what you say I am. Whatever. So during revelations, these people will just reveal themselves, and what that does, it causes everyone to be desensitized. It causes everyone to think that they can change. It causes everyone to think that certain people aren't, just because they're narcissistic, they're not a harm to you, meaning that they're not going to yell at you, they're not going to hit you, they're giving you this perception of, all narcissists aren't the same. All narcissists aren't the same, but guess what? They're all filled with jealousy. They're all filled with hate. And they might not hit you, but they're going to hit you in a different way. They're going to hit your pockets. They're going to hit you by using your body as long as they can. And then later on, bringing you hell. You know what I'm saying? They might be different. Narcissism might be different in different levels, even when it comes to harming another person physically. But one thing about all of them is that once you're not on their good side, they want you gone. And you didn't even really have to do nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? You could have just revealed to someone the truth, meaning that if you're dealing with a narcissist, you can reveal, if your kid, your daughter is dealing with a narcissist, and you reveal to your daughter the truth about, this person, they don't change. Everything is always going to be manipulating you, being in control. And you could say, yeah, I'm a woman, I'm submissive, but it's not just about that. It's the fact that most narcissists want to destroy you. They feel that superior to you, smarter than you, that it's like, don't say nothing to me, because I know everything. So if you warn someone and you start telling that person, look, they're going to do this next, and then they're going to do this. You start revealing to people what the narcissist is going to do before they do it. And the narcissist realizes that person has trust in you, because they're like, this person, they ain't got nothing to gain from it. And it seems like every time they tell me things the narcissist is going to do next, they're always right. They got to know something. You got to be somewhat kind of smart, right? So you got people that will believe you. And just the simple fact that you're waking that person up will make you a target to the narcissist, meaning that all you did was try to help someone that you love, and now you've became a target. So the narcissist might not do something personally to you. They can get someone else to do it to you. Or they might do something where no one is gonna know that they did it. They're not gonna tell a damn soul. They're the one who broke your window. They're the ones who did something, and then they'll go and tell people, oh, so and so's window was broken. The narcissist is so cunning that they're gonna say, really? I mean, I know I hate her. I know I hate your parents, or I hate your mom, or I hate your sister. I know I hate them, but I wouldn't want nothing to happen to them. I wouldn't wish that on anyone, because I wouldn't want that to happen to me. They'll say so, and because everyone knows the narcissist isn't a violent person. They made sure you think they don't have that side of them. So when the narcissist is trying to get you to think,